Thanks a lot for being here. I know it's one of the latest activities today, but yeah. Well, I talk about FATE, building identity in decentralized learning environments, and what does that mean? Well, first an introduction. I am Pablo Etcheverry. I am founding partner of Entornos. Entornos is the oldest partner in America. 20 years ago, it was founded, and I'm really happy to be here, and I thank you all for being here. I'm going to tell you about FATE, but first a little background on who we are. At Entornos, we specialize in online training and education solutions, and we are the only Moodle partner in Argentina. And this year we celebrate, as I said, 20 years of partnership. That's Laura, my partner. And this is our client. FATE, it's pronounced like that, because in English it's a strange name for a factory that does tires. It's the leading tire manufacturer and an export company in Argentina, and for Latin America it works a lot. It has the largest and most modern plant of production, like 5 million tires a year they produce. And the whole process, it's in-house, employing more than 2,000 people with varying degrees of technical qualifications. They have a network. They work through a network of distributors, which are 250 distributors throughout the country. Each distributor, on their turn, have a number of stores they used to sell. So it's 250, and then a lot of stores throughout the whole country. So they are the main sale channel, but they are allies. They are not part of FATE. So you can start imagining the problem. If I want to train any of these persons that is doing the sales, the real sales, I cannot simply press them to learn. I cannot call them from FATE. From FATE, they don't know who they are. So it's a complicated situation. And, Pablo presenta en la mood. Yes, I know, I am at that. Oh, it's urgent. Yes, I know it's urgent. I am here already. All right. So what about workplace training? And a real short introduction here would be in place, which is really different from academic training. In the academic field, the primary objective is to obtain a formal long-term degree or certification. The focus in this case is in acquiring theoretical general knowledge in a specific discipline. In the workplace, the goal is to develop skills and competencies that directly impact staff performance, productivity, and growth. So training is not only a continuous but also a strategic process, and we have to measure that. So not only in the aim, but also in the motivation, it's different. In the academic, motivation is related to passing subjects, career progression, the pursuit of a professional future, whereas in the workplace, employee motivation is key. A student will study because, well, she or he has to, but the employee has to be motivated. I know what I'm saying is very polemical, but we can talk about that later. And the content, of course, in the academic field, content and curricula are often static and follow pre-established study programs. And in the workplace, the content is fully dynamic, adapts to business needs, sometimes changing from month to month. So no long-term plans, and that will need frequent change. And finally, the two final differences I want to emphasize here is metrics and results. In the academic field, success is measured through evaluation, grades, passing courses. In the workplace, it's essential to justify the investment and demonstrate its return. This requires, in turn, metrics and reports that measure employee programs and allow us to evaluate the ROI of this investment. And the final difference, time. In the academic field, training is governed by fixed and extended time frames, like semesters, years, with a generally slow learning pace. And in the workplace, time is a scarce and a valuable resource, and training is delivered at specific times, and it must be flexible enough and accessible enough so that employees can take it whenever the boss leaves them. So, and it's usually a problem for the boss to allow that slot for the person to get their own training, which is sad enough, but it is real. So this project, and interestingly, even for this, was not under the HR department, under the training department in the company, but under the marketing department. So it's a business strategy, not a training strategy. And in fact, it seeks to retain distributors, but also to expand the sales. So it's connected directly. And so the department that is overseeing this is really interested in having measures, exact measures on that. So this training campus will become a tool to build loyalty among these distributors. You must take into account that when you have a distributor of tires, you can buy from Fate, but you could buy from Bridgestone, you could import, and you could do anything else. You have to build loyalty even within your own network, because they're free to do whatever they want. So they have to strengthen their relationship too. So what happened? In 2022, we started 1 year ago, before, in 2021, and the first stage was launching, consolidate, and then after this first year of work, they wanted to grow, they wanted to reach a greater audience. And which is that audience, our users? Well, that's important to fully understand the context and the challenge. Our users, as I mentioned, these are not Fate's direct employees. That's the first thing. We work with that extensive network. And even so, they are the face of the brand. Because whenever you take your car there and you ask for a tire replacement, the guy that is doing it is the face of Fate. So they are business partners, but they are not required to participate in training programs, but we need them to be fully identified with the brand. So that is to say, the people we are interested in bringing on board are working, and the positions are extremely diverse. Some examples are the workshop, the warehouse, or even the sales area, the corporate sales, because whenever it might be possible for any of you to go and change a tire, or of course you can be a large truck or lorry company and you have to buy like hundreds of tires. In many cases, these jobs are mobile, and I mean they don't have even a desk. So there's not an office or desk. So that's another challenge we had to overcome. So how could we motivate more people to get trained? Let's work with the methodology, which is, first of all, active listening. The first stage was crucial. Instead of assuming what was needed, we engage in active listening. This involved two fronts. First of all, the client's objective. We understood that Fate wasn't just looking to train, but to achieve a business objective. And then the user needs. So we did surveys with the users and interviews and data analysis, and we discovered what truly mattered to distributors and their teams. The second was defining a strategy. With the information from the first step, we designed a strategy to directly assess the needs we had discovered. And of course, the third one, measure and learn, and this goes around. This is a typical circle found in other disciplines too. So we did in-depth interviews with representatives and distributors to know their day-by-day. Then surveys, massive surveys to reach more people. And based on that, we built that strategy, and we started creating content. So we had a lot of time for preparation, before effectively starting to work with the content. And meanwhile, we were preparing the platform, the Moodle Workplace platform we used for this case, and strengthening and updating this content offering was part of that cycle. So, given in the context in which users, their education level, we had to generate short, highly engaging, and mobile-friendly content. So what we did was generate 45 short, dynamic, and focused training capsules through a narrative dialogue featuring characters designed especially for FATE. We conveyed knowledge through each course using different content formats according to the thematic categories. So short, simple, dynamic, since, as I previously said, changes could occur from month to month. So these contents can be grouped into 5 categories. The most typical one, you probably know, it is inductions. New employees need to know the basic stuff about how to sell a tire and what's the materials it is done of, rubber. That's easy one. Then a second one, which is inside FATE, a category of courses for collaborators to learn about the factory and the manufacturing process. Because one of the things we got from the audience is that they didn't only wanted to know the thing about the product. They were really interested in the process of the making. Even though they were just selling the tires, they wanted to know how this was done. So we gave them, we filmed the factory during the process of vulcanization, and we gave them this material. And then formal courses on the products, on the lines of products. So these are the truck line, these are the urban line, and so on. Sustainability, and of course sales, because even though most of them are mechanics, they are in sales, and they have is the kind of opportunity that they have when they are changing your tire. They can suggest other products. So upsell and cross-sale was something that we had to train them on. Our content team played a central role in this project. Their job wasn't just to create videos or documents or go to the factory and film the machines, but also educational processing. And they designed the personas, and each of these characters you see, these are real captures of the material. So it's an integral part of the project. The course offering in the end, it's extensive, and some of it is optional. I said that we had like 5 lines, and one of them was induction, of course. The first one, you enter, you are a new employee, you have to know these 5, 6 courses, okay? But then you have a lot of optional courses in order for you to start knowing more about the product. We cannot force them to simply enroll them in all of them because no one will do it. And then how can you measure the interest and the ROI and the whatever you want to measure of the success of the platform? So what we did is we used MoodFlix, which is a development we have from some couple of years ago, which is mimics the experience you have on a streaming platform. So instead of a list of courses, we organized everything into visual stripes, like a streaming catalog. We created rows based on different criteria. So clicking on any of those cards takes users to a page where more information about the course is available. So they are not taken directly to the course. They can see more about the course to see if it's really interesting, and then they can enroll themselves. So you don't have false enrollments. You know, sometimes you click and you are automatically enrolled, and everyone supposes that you are interested in that course, but maybe not. You just were picking. In this way, this huge catalog could be shown more comfortably. And then we had to do decentralized management because, as I said, the users are not working directly for FATE. They are working for distributors. And this is a problem because the FATE does not know effectively who is working in the Patagonia from Buenos Aires. It's impossible to do that. And they had already been trying to, with other platforms, to make the distributors enroll their new employees in a central platform, but that didn't work. So what we did, we adapted a plugin that the Moodle Partner Refactor from Norway generously shared with us, and it's called User Admin, that allows this level of decentralization. It allows us to give an intermediate user the power to upload and eliminate users from the platform, and those automatically start within the correct structure within Moodle Workplace. So yeah, the Phantom of the Opera in action. Oh, yeah. Stop it. That worked. Yeah, it worked. Of course, this brings some security and privacy matters, but this was handled, so each supervisor could only see their own team, though you have thousands of persons there, and each of them work for a different employer. Yet, FATE has a complete view of the ecosystem as if they were FATE's own employees, okay? So we get the best of both worlds. And also something that is really important and is present in Moodle Workplace platform is like decentralizing responsibilities, okay? You know, if you work on an HR area, you know one of the worst tasks that training responsibles have is having to call someone each week to tell him, you haven't done that course, which is not responsibility of HR. But if you don't have the information, you're not reach your ROI. So Moodle Workplace was thought with that from design in order to decentralize that responsibility. The responsibility of training should be from the bosses of those employees. So a few minutes ago, I was talking about training and the importance of motivation as a difference. So training is voluntary. How do we make employees feel part of it, get them engaged, and choose to train? The answer was a gamification system that strengthens the bond with the brand. The development we used for this is called Ludifica. Ludifica transforms the campus into a game. Participants accumulate points and stars, something like money based on their actions. And this virtual money they can later exchange by, thank you, exchange for benefits. And so everyone was fighting about getting those points. And of course, the gamification tactics also gave us a user ranking, a general user ranking. And for every 100 points, the users earned a star. Stars are accumulated. I think I exchange that for t-shirts, meals, courses, or whatever we upload there. And of course, each of them could use or choose their own avatars. We had to put in place a notification system, which is a basic part of Moodle Workplace, in order to facilitate the communication. And after implementing the strategy, as I shown, this is a circle, we measured again. This measurement is periodic, and a survey of end users was recently conducted, and the feedback we got was really very positive, so it gave us more information for the next loop. Finally, the platform allows us to closely monitor the training metrics. This means we can see in real time how many users are being trained, which courses are most popular, and where the bottlenecks are occurring. So, in addition, we built customized reports for different needs. These reports allows us to generate a clear view of each distributor's progress and their level of activity. So you can see each distributor as a whole, and they can monitor their own work. And from FATE, you can see which are better engaged. And that can later translate into more discounts for the distributor. So everything, all the marketing strategy is ordered, and it's around the training platform. So, in summary, the training in the workplace requires results, and our strategy was based on these points: the contents, to the point, quick, and dynamic. The navigation using MoveFlix, so it is super dynamic. Decentralizing the user management, gamification, automatic notification, and permanent communication with users. The reporting, and finally, a project leader, which is a person we provide to be in touch, in permanent contact with the customer every week. So our project leader is the main contact, and she knows everything that is happening at FATE. So becomes effectively a part of their own team. So this is the strategy that has worked. And I think I'm in perfect time. Thank you all for the patience.